So let's take a look at this question. It says, given the following geometric sequence, 3, 10, and 10 over 3. Okay, guys, geometric, you should immediately know that the general term is a times r to the power of n minus 1, where a is the first term, hey? Remember. And r is the ratio between terms, okay? So if we look at these terms, to get from 30 to 10, I hope you guys see that we are timesing by 1 over 3, okay? Because 10 divided by 30 is 1/3. So 30 multiplied by 1/3 will give us 10. So a is going to be the first term, which is 30, and r is the ratio between the terms, which is 3. The n minus 1 comes when we're trying to find specific term values. Okay, so question 1 says determine n if the nth term of the sequence is equal to, okay, so guys, when you get a value of a term, it means that this is Tn, okay? So we have found our general term. Remember, it is the first term multiplied by the ratio to the power of n minus 1. That is our general term, okay? So now they're saying determine n, which means we are trying to find this n over here. We are solving for n, okay? So what we do is we substitute this value in for our Tn. So we're going to get 10 over 729 is equal to 30 times 1/3 to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so now if I want to get rid of that 30, I divide both sides by 30. So if I take the left-hand side, 10 over 729, and I divide it by 30, I'm going to get 1 over 2187 is equal to 1/3 to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so guys, here's where your logs come in. If I have an exponent, I can rewrite saying the exponent is equal to log of the base to whatever x I have been given, okay? So in this instance, 1/3 is the base that I'm dealing with. So the exponent, n minus 1, is equal to log base 1/3, and the x that I've been given is 2,187 in the denominator. So if I put that into my calculator, log button, the base is 1/3, okay? Then we substitute in 1 over 2,187, and I get 7. But remember, n minus 1 is equal to 7, and therefore n equals 8, because I add 1 to both sides. So that is saying that the 8th term has this value over here. Okay. Second question says calculate 30 plus 10 over 3. Remember, T1 plus T2 plus T3. Guys, if there is a ... it is saying the sequence is going to carry on to term infinity. And what do we know about sum to infinity of a geometric sequence? We know immediately that it is equal to a over 1 minus r. This is on your formula sheet, guys. So if you don't remember it, go and check your formula sheet. Make sure you are dealing with the geometric sequence. So sum to infinity is equal to a, which was 30, over 1 minus r. And remember, the ratio was 1 over 3. So we are going to get 30 over 1 minus 1/3 is 2/3. And remember, if you're dividing by a fraction, you can tip and times. You can easily put this in your calculator, guys, but rather try use your mental maths if you can. So 30 tip and times the fraction, we get times 3 over 2. Okay? 2 goes into itself once, and into 30 15 times. So we get 15 times 3, which is 45. So what this is saying, guys, if I take every single term of this sequence from term 1 all the way to term infinity, and I add them together, because guys, in a geometric sequence, when we progress from one term to another, you agree that it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I went from term 1 at 30 to term 2 at 10 to 10 over 3. The next one will be 10 over 9, and then 10 over 27. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. if I take all of those terms from term 1 all the way to term infinity and I add them together, they're going to come together to be one value, which is that 45 over there. Okay, so guys, geometric series, remember, there is a constant ratio. To find that ratio, you take one term divided by the previous term, and that will give you the ratio, okay? And remember, A represents the first term. So make sure you know your equations, substitute everything in, and you'll be 100%, okay?